Another story, big story. Is there any impact? Peter's going to tell us about the Kronos ransomware attack that is affecting millions of people. Not so critical update.
This is Kronos, who are a services industry. By the way, I don't know if you guys are listening to this or watching it, but there is such a terrible screenshot on the page. It's like your files have been encrypted with this glitchy pixels in front of it that just looks like, I don't know, someone sneezed on a screen or something. It's terrible. Anyway, this is Kronos, who are like huge payroll company. They do all sorts of like employee services and things. And lots of big companies use them to get their employees paid, and they were impacted by ransomware, and they had to send out notices to their employees saying, it's not going to get paid for a minute. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, Mike, come on, tell me. You were laughing at this. You're like, oh, impacted. What do you mean, man? People are not getting paid.
But are people not getting paid? Every story I read about it said, people might not get paid. This could potentially have big impact. We talked about just now the Log4j story, and I kind of said the same thing. Like, this is what I want to hear in these stories is like, what's actually the impact? Yes, there was a breach. Yes, there was a hack. Yes, there was whatever. But what happened? So I went to our friends at Bleeping Computer, and even they couldn't be bothered to make up a story about the impact of this one. That's how bad it is. Right. Even Bleeping Computer couldn't be bothered to make up something.
Mike, this took me 2 seconds. I don't like to go onto the internet while we're doing these recordings because I feel like
we'll do it live.
It's doing a disservice to our loyal subscribers. But it took me 2 seconds to go to Twitter and type in the search, Kronos affected me, and there are a shit ton of results. You're not the only one. Kronos affected me too. To any of my clients who are affected by the Kronos payroll and hack not getting paid or paycheck getting sorted this month due to a system hack, your gym sessions with me on the house for free. Actually, that sounds
hitting close to home. So why isn't this in the news? Why do we get this big, full, loud, sirens wailing story about the hack happening? If this impact ever actually comes through, which, okay, fine, it did. Twitter says it did, so I believe Twitter. Why don't we ever hear about that side of it?
Don't do this sort of like non-acknowledgement.
If some rando on Twitter says he was impacted, okay, that's fine. I accept it.
No, I'm not gonna allow this, Mike. Come on.
What? No, it's a serious thing. If people aren't getting paid,
stop there. Yeah, if that was good.
If people aren't getting paid, like, that is a huge problem. But why do we get the story up front saying like, oh my God, this is going to have terrible consequences, and then we just never hear about it again?
I think 2 reasons. Essentially, it boils down to lazy journalism. Everyone wants to get the story out before everyone else, and stories like these don't last very long. So in a couple of days, if you come back and say, hey, an investigative journalist will say, I've interviewed this person, this person, this person, and here are their stories. No one's interested because, the next shitty thing has just come along. So, we get these half-baked stories. Yeah, sad, but, we have to do the follow-up ourselves.
That's all we'll hear about for the next...
And check Twitter. Yeah.
Hard-hitting journalism. Deeply sourced, multiple sources. Twitter.
I swear, mate. Twitter is where it starts and where all the fallout happens. I don't really like Twitter as a whole, but it is the single best source of InfoSec news I know of.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a Twitter. I just never use it. Like, I don't get Twitter. I follow people, whatever.
I suppose I have spent quite a while kind of tweaking who I'm following and muted keywords and all that stuff. So maybe it does take a bit.
And you do communicate with people. John has shared, broken stories on this very show from people that he communicates with on Twitter. So
communicate with people. How old are you exactly?
What's it called? What?
Just chat to people. Look, talk. I don't know.
I'm eligible for AARP. They tweet me their chat messages on my PDA, where I print them out and scan them into PDFs so that I can forward them to my friends via electronic email with overnight delivery.
I bet you anything, like about 50% of it, that is actually true.
Look, I'll PDF to you the things that I get. I'll PDF it to you. That's fine. I can do that. Then you'll know that I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. It's yeah, Twitter is useful. I don't know why we're not talking about Kronos anymore, but like this is real people. I'm like, okay, here we go. Anything? Yeah, another one. Please pray for me and all my families affected by this evil this Christmas. Okay, there's a guy who wants prayers instead of his actual paycheck. Yeah, there's tons of stuff.
All right.
I like the one about the guy saying that the personal trainer saying that his gym sessions are free because he can't. Of his clients who. Oh yeah, that's right. He's offering gym sessions to clients who are affected by the Kronos hack. So, well.
So I need to. We get the story from the news, but we need to do our follow up on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, we should do that. We're the gritty journalists with integrity,
covering the stories that no one else cares about anymore because there's new news.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That's it.
Really digging deep on last week's news.
That's why it's not a very critical update.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's just an update.
That's a good point. Okay, I'm with you.
That works, actually. That works. We're just the follow-up with the patch.
That could be fun. Maybe that's where the good stories happen anyway, because then we get to go to like Reddit and Twitter and actually have fun doing stuff. Unlike the normal boring show that we do.
To be fair, the most interesting stories that I've read have been the kind of follow-ups where they go back to things and look really deeply into how people were actually affected. Okay. So the Wired stories and I don't know any other good publications. Not Bleeping Computer. That's probably not well known for their follow-up research.
I know, we can't help ourselves. We love Bleeping Computer. We talk about them on the show all the time.
All the time.
Literally.
Yeah. I think we need to ping them just to say sorry.
I'm sure they're talking about us at their board meetings between the visiting forum posts or brainstorm article. So at any rate, we'll go deep on the follow-up. For example, maybe when we talk about Colonial Pipeline for the 18th time on this stupid show, we can get some feedback from Reddit and from Twitter.
Yeah,
I've lost Peter. Now Peter's absorbed in Twitter. That's it. Show's over.
Sorry, I was reading some of these things. There's a picture of sorry, I know you've just wrapped up, but some of these are kind of fun. Since Kronos was hacked, my husband and the rest of the people he works for didn't get paid their overtime. I've lost 12 hours of my paycheck, so I didn't get paid from work because it's National Kronos BS. I didn't get fully paid because of Kronos being hacked. And there's like memes.
Really?
It's meme.
All right. Twitter's where it's at. I stand corrected.
Yeah. Thank you.
I will dust off my Twitter machine, figure out how to
No, you won't.
Connect.
the scanner.
I'll call. Here's what we can do, Peter. Do screenshots of Twitter on your phone and send them to me.
Yeah.
Or like take a picture of your screen with your phone and then you can so there you go.
There we go. Yeah, I think I've got it.
All right.
I'm gonna be on the fucking thumbnail now, right? I don't know what I look like.
I'm glad you reminded me. That's a good point.
Yes. Well, young man, I think that's just about enough of this these japes for now.
Yeah, finding good screenshots of you is so hard, Peter. Why don't you be a little more expressive during the show? All right, we're going to wrap it up. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. We got other stuff to do. Bye, guys.